So TradingView just dropped another bombshell update to their platform. This is like 2 in a week for me on this channel at least. The last one was the chart patterns that I was super excited about. This one, they didn't even announce it, or they haven't announced it yet that I've seen. I even went back through all of the announcements and checked to make sure. This one I just happened to find. I stumbled across it while I was doing research for another video that I was planning on making, and I thought this was so important because this is an indicator that I use for all of my investments. I thought this was so important that I needed to, kind of make a video on this right now and share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into TradingView. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. We are talking about analyst targets. So when we're talking about analyst targets, we're talking about the big investment bankers and what their price targets are on specific stocks. This is really important stuff, guys, because we're talking about the professionals that do this all day for a living, what they see a stock going to. Now, this is an indicator that I use for all of my investments, and until this point, I've had to go elsewhere to find this information, different platforms, websites, whatever, and now TradingView has it in their platform, and they've added a couple little things that some other platforms don't have as well, so that's important too. So I'm going to show you how to get there, how to kind of use this information, and why it's a little bit better or different than some other platforms as well. So I have Apple pulled up as an example. This is going to be an indicator that you can use on any stock that has analysts tracking it anyway, that have targets for it, right? Not all stocks have analyst price targets on them, right? There has to be an analyst out there willing to put a price target on that stock. So, you might not have analyst targets on penny stocks. Some penny stocks might have 1 or 2 analysts on them, but not all, right? But then, the higher up in market cap you go, or the more popular of a stock that you go, there's going to be more and more analysts covering that. So let's use Apple as an example because it's the largest company in the world. It's going to have one of the most analysts covering it, right? Or how, I don't know how to word that, but I think you guys know what I'm getting at. It's just an example anyway. So I've got the charts pulled up, right? I've got my watch list over here. I've got Apple pulled up. How you get to this information, you pull this little bar up down here, you pull this up, right? And I've showed this in a lot of my videos, but this little information column has changed a little bit over time, right? Everything on TradingView's platform has changed a little bit over time as they make tweaks and improvements and things. So we scroll down, and I know I've showed you guys these technical ratings in a lot of my videos. Now, right underneath it, you have an analyst rating, right? This is amazing stuff. You don't have to go to other platforms now to find this information. You have the analysts, the professionals, and you have a aggregate value or an average value of their 1-year price target, right? So if there's 30 analysts covering Apple, that's just an example. I don't know if that's true. It probably isn't. But if there's 30, the average of all of their ratings or price targets is going to be listed right here, right? $190 is the average. Now, let me caveat everything I'm saying here with, I assume that this is what TradingView is trying to do here with this information. Like I said, they didn't put out a news update with anything about this that I've seen so far. So I'm just I'm looking at this information, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're getting at here. 1-year price target of $190.53 on their analyst rating. I think that means they're taking all the analyst information out there and they're averaging it. Another nice thing that they do is they add in this number right here, 10.70% to the upside. That means where Apple is currently trading at right now at $172, that 1-year price target of $190, that's 10% to the upside. So it does the math for you. It lets you know, hey, the professionals out there, the professional investment bankers and stock analysts out there, they see this thing going on average 10% to the upside over the next year. Now that doesn't sound like much, but because we're using Apple as an example. Wow, sorry, words are hard today, guys. we're using Apple as an example here, and it's the biggest company in the world. It's not going to move that much, so we're looking at 10% to the upside over 1 year. It's a pretty conservative estimate, but it's because it's the biggest company in the world. So this is really good stuff when you start looking at some of these smaller companies. Let me scroll down my watch list here and let's grab one. Okay, so let's look at GoPro, for example. We'll pull up this little column right here. Let's see, first of all, what's the market cap? $1 billion. $1.43 billion company. It's pretty small compared to Apple, which is a $2 or $3 trillion company right now. So $1 billion company. They do have an analyst rating, and the 1 year price target is $12.58 compared to where GoPro is currently trading at $8.78, and that is 43% upside in 1 year. This is what the professionals see, right? So that's a big difference because this is a smaller company. There's a lot more risk, a lot more volatility, a lot more potential for big swings, right? So that's why the analysts see a big swing to the upside on this GoPro, which is a smaller stock. So this is a really good way to find huge upside potential in some investments when you're looking at putting your money into a stock, right? And it's a super easy way to do it too. Super easy. All you have to do is go to this little column right here, right? If you have your watch list set up, you just click on your stock. This one's Crowdstrike, for example. You pull this column up. You go down here. What is the analyst rating? Well, it's $279. Crowdstrike is currently trading at $187. That's 48, basically 49% upside potential on this stock. Boom, that easy. You have the professional's opinion that this stock is going to go up 49% over the next year. This is how incredible this information is, and it's for free. By the way, I am logged into a free TradingView account looking at this information. So this is really good stuff, guys. Let me show you the difference between how TradingView shows this information and how a place like FinViz shows this information. This is just one example. There's lots of websites out there that show analyst rating information. There's some websites out there that charge you for it, and they try to say, hey, this is a big deal, you got to pay money to see this stuff. And then there's some free sites like now TradingView, but also FinViz. So finviz.com, I pulled up Apple because I was using Apple as the example. We scroll down on their page here, and you can see this section right here is all of the analyst ratings. Well, this is a good set of information. It's just shown to us differently. It's totally different, right? You see a list of all of the different investment bankers and what their price targets are. So this might be a situation where you want to use both of these to get different kinds of information. But TradingView just makes it so much easier because instead of going in here and saying, okay, this this analyst New Street sees Apple at 165 and JP Morgan sees it at 210 and Morgan Stanley sees it at 200. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to TradingView, and they said, you know what, guys, let's just kind of take the average of all of that and put it in one nice little pretty, little section right here for you and say, you know what, the average is $190. We see it going up 10% over the next year. Boom, easy. And then, if you don't want to ever pull that up again, I just typed it right onto the chart so that I don't have to, go in there to remind myself, hey, what's the analyst rating on this again? Oh yeah, I put it on the chart, so now I know the professionals see this going to 190 over the next year. This information is huge to me anyway, as an investor when I'm looking at stocks, and even when I'm in stocks, I like to see, are the analysts still seeing this as going to this particular target? Because if you watch CNBC all day, like some of us stock market addicts, you will see analysts change their minds, right? They'll downgrade, they'll upgrade, especially on earnings reports, or even just randomly throughout the year if they get new information. The political environment changes or whatever. analysts can change their minds on companies, and that can affect a price target, right? So it's good to have that information in the back of your pocket. And TradingView just made it so much easier to keep track of that stuff. So that's what I got for this video, guys. Like I said, TradingView, I haven't seen them put out a news update on this yet. So this is kind of just what I'm gleaning from what I saw in that section of TradingView. So let me know what you think. If you guys use analyst targets in your investments, let me know if you find an issue, if you think there's an issue with using analyst targets for research into stocks. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to have that conversation, kind of go back and forth and get your ideas or your thoughts on why it's not a good idea to use analyst targets in your due diligence. Okay, guys, that's what I got for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one.